Very important session that's going to come up, jam-packed with a lot of information about our body, understanding about our body. So you are seeking him as a goal, as the meaning, and once the artha is found, there is no other thing to go for. So once everything is fulfilled, there's no other artha or end to seek, and that's him. Bliss as the great source of enjoyment, the bliss, the eternal bliss. Who has got the whole universe as the wealth, Dana? Of course, for his enjoyment. So we are a part of his wealth. There are 3 bodies and 5 koshas. Yeah, 3 different bodies and 5 different koshas. We are going to look at nadis and chakras, connecting these, and that's what you would also see when you are learning yoga. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Jai Shri Ram. Welcome back to the Glaze Studios oil painting vlog number 45 of Sri Vishnu Sahasranamavali. This is a painting that follows the principle of calligraphy or micrography, using which the 1000 names of Sri Vishnu are getting painted. While the painting is going on, I am also trying to understand the deeper meanings underlying within these names with the help of some scriptures within Sanatana Dharma. Whatever I am learning as an amateur, I am also sharing with you via these weekly vlogs. We cover about 10 names typically in each of the vlogs, and then we take tangential perspective for few of those names with the help of scriptures within Sanatana Dharma. We have already covered names up to 430 in our previous sessions. If you haven't had a look at it, I would definitely encourage you to take a look at them, because you will see that there are thorough interconnections between these names, and I keep referring back and forth to these. Your understanding gets deeper and insight gets deeper, so it's more useful personally for your own benefit, your own personal growth and such. So therefore, I would request you to take a look at them and come back. This week we are going to look at 431 up to 410th name, and along with that we are going to look at sheaths, KOSHAs in our body. That's a very important session that's going to come up, jam-packed with a lot of information about our body, understanding about our body, maybe wisdom about our body. Without much ado, let's get on with the names and the meanings first. Starting with the 431st name, Om Anarthaya Namaha. One who, being self-fulfilled, has no other artha or end to seek. This is connecting to the just covered previous episode. For the vlog number 44, we ended with Arthaya Namaha. This is an opposite to Arthaya Namaha, Anarthaya Namaha. So you are seeking him as a goal, as the meaning, and once the artha is found, there is no other thing to go for. So once everything is fulfilled, there's no other artha or end to seek, and that's him. 432nd name is Om Mahakoshaya Namaha. One who has got as his covering, kosha is a covering, you can think of it as such. One who has got as his covering the great koshas such as Annamaya, Pranamaya, etc. That's what is defined here. But we are going to look at koshas in a short while from now. So we are going to move on to the 433rd name, which is Om Mahabhogaya Namaha. This refers to one who has the bliss as the great source of enjoyment, the bliss, the eternal bliss, the eternal knowledge, can we say, is the great source of enjoyment. 434th name is Om Mahadhanaya Namaha. Mahadhanaya Namaha refers to, Dhana refers to what? I think we have looked at it. It's wealth. Mahadhanaya Namaha, wealthy person. Let's look at this meaning. One who has got the whole universe as the wealth, Dhana. Of course, for his enjoyment. So we are a part of his wealth. Yes, we are. 435th name is Om Anirvinnaya Namaha. This refers to one who is never heedless because he is ever self-fulfilled. 436th name is Om Stavistaya Namaha. Stavistaya Namaha refers to one of huge proportions because he is in the form of cosmic persona. Yes. 437th name is Om Bhuve Namaha, one who is without birth or one who has no existence. I'm going through these names a little faster because we have covered these in great detail in previous vlogs as well. 438th name is Om Dharma Yupaya Namaha. This refers to the sacrificial post of dharmas, that is, one to whom all forms of dharma, which are his own form of worship, are attached, just as a sacrificial animal is attached to the yupa or sacrificial post. This is a topic we will touch upon in a great detail at a later point, but for now let's imagine that there is a sacrificial post and to which an animal is attached, and this is a very traditional, you can see when you also Google search sacrifices of animals. This is not exactly the inner meaning behind it. Physically, people take it literally, but you have to imagine that maybe if I have to put it as a post being a centroid of knowledge, and if we are attaching our knowledge to that, we are sacrificing. What are we sacrificing? Our attention fully as a sacrifice we are handing over to the God itself. So that's the way I would rather interpret this, as the sacrificial post. Let's move on to the 439th name, which is Om Maha Makhaya Namaha. Refers to one by offering sacrifices to whom those sacrifices deserve to be called great because they will give the fruit of nirvana. Okay, the such sacrifice that is made, not a physical animal. You kill an animal, you tie to a post, you kill an animal, and God is pleased. That is a very rudimentary form of thinking, but we have to think of the mind being put in a place, and that is the best sacrifice we should think of, and the fruit is the liberation itself. 410th name is Om Nakshatranemaye Namaha. This refers to the heart of all the nakshatras, the star of all the stars. We have talked about the pole star Dhruva in one of the sessions. I think it was vlog number 40, to understand more on the nakshatra and how the nakshatra constellations are propelling us to. Please do take a look at that. And with that, the heart of all the nakshatras or the stars, we are done with the 10 names and their meanings. Now it's time for us to get into the understanding of the sheaths, the sheaths that cover our bodies, the KOSHAs. So before we get into the KOSHAs, we understand our body in the way that is explained through this system, and that is also something that you could find in yogic principles, which is a part of Sanatana Dharma. There are 3 bodies and 5 KOSHAs. 3 different bodies and 5 different KOSHAs we are going to look at. So starting with the 3 bodies first. The first is the physical body that we know, the gross body we can say. Then there is the astral body or a subtle body. We can not see it, but we can feel it. Sometimes when we say just give me a space, what is that space? And that space is coming close to your body but not necessarily touching you. So that you can for now you can understand as the astral or subtle body. And then this spiritual body, that is the causal body. So just to summarize here, The physical body is the tangible aspects that you can see, feel, touch, muscles, organs that are made up of all these elements, 5 elements: earth, prithvi, water, jal, fire, agni, air, vayu, and of course the ether, that is the akasha. So this is the body that we understand the way we do currently, and the astral body is the subtle body, Sukshma Sharira it's also called, and actually this is a bridge between the spiritual body and the physical body. So there is this thoughts and feelings and actions, so using the body you do something, you move an element, and you have a thought, you have a feeling. These are completely subjective elements. It's hard to physically, visually show you something, make you touch or something, but these exist. So these are the connections, I would say, and there are in fact nadis and chakras connecting these, and that's what you would also see when you are learning yoga. Somebody is teaching you about different chakras or wheels in the body, not necessarily meaning within our body, it's in the astral body. And this is these elements, these 19 elements put together really help us go through that. What are these 19 elements? So there are 5 karmendriyas. I think we have touched upon this in one of those sessions previously, but we will quickly go over that here. 5 karmendriyas, that is the action organs, the vak or the speech, pani the hands, pada the feet, the upashtam, that is the genitals, payu the anus, urinals and such. All these put together, and then the jnanendriyas, the senses that are helping us to feel, touch, the skin, eyes, tongue. To smell we need the nose, and the ear to hear something, and there are also elements those are 5 jnanendriyas, so that puts us into 10. The 14 antakarana elements, that is the inner instruments. What are they? Inner instruments are the mind, the intellect, the subconscious, and also the ego. Ego need not necessarily be looked at as a negative element. Ego is also something that is giving you a kind of intelligence. And then the 5 pranas, we looked at the 5 pranas in vlog number 42, if I remember correctly. So pranas, also the life energy, the vital force. The breath is not just the breath, it has prana, apana, udana, samana, vyana. Vlog 42 covers it in great detail. So all these put together, 19 elements, are actually playing a game in the astral body. Yes, and the third, of course, is the spiritual or causal body, and that is it's also called the seed body, that connects us to the divine. Can we say that it's a vehicle to reach the ultimate goal? What is the ultimate goal then? It's enlightenment, self-realization. What are the elements that make up the spiritual body that we have, that we cannot see? This is our soul and our karma, actions, our free will, and the samskara, the way we are, the society that is building up on us, or we are built up within, can we say. So all this have an imprint on what? On how we behave. But there are also not just bodies. These 3 bodies are good, but there is also KOSHAs or sheets that we have, and there are 5 sheets, and that's exactly what we had looked at when we touched upon the name Mahakoshaya Namaha. So there are coverings that we have in our body. The Annamaya Kosha, first kosha is the Annamaya kosha. That is again coming back, connecting the dots to the physicality of our body. So this is the food sheath, we can say, and it has something practical that you can see: skin, bones, muscles, organs, tissues, anything that you can put off. And why is it called a food sheath? Because it is made out of the basic It is responsible for the basic survival needs. What do you need? Food, water, shelter to survive. Yeah, and through the Annamaya Kosha, what is it responsible for? You'll see that you can experience the world physically. Yeah, we are experiencing the world, interacting with the nature around us. These things are possible because of the physical body that we have and the food sheath that we have. Practically one. Good. The second one is the Pranamaya Kosha. Prana we have looked at in block 42, the life energy vital sheath. This is the vital sheath. Yeah, we cannot see it, but we cannot live without it, isn't it? This kosha is made up of what? 5 major pranas: prana, apana, udana, samana and vyana, isn't it? We have looked at that in block 42, so I am not covering it in detail here. This plays an important part in the vital functions. We need to stay alive, such as breathing, digestion and circulation and such. So we move on to the third kosha, the third sheath or covering in our body, Manomaya Kosha, mental sheath. Look at the way we define body in Sanatana Dharma. It's not just this. When we have health issues, of course, right now we also talk a lot about mental health, which is good. But everything put together should be considered when we have some health problems, isn't it? So the mental health is covered here, I can guess. Manomaya Kosha, mental sheath, the third sheath. So this is the body that is consisting of what? Our feelings, thoughts, emotions, our memory, imaginations, all the creative responsibilities are all sitting here with this mental sheath. Yeah. So this kosha is responsible for our cognitive functions like memory, perception, reasoning. Yeah. We need this to process, isn't it? We just don't, we cannot end up with all the physicality, yeah, food sheath only and the prana. This also needs to do what? All the cognitive functions. And then Vijnanamaya Kosha is the fourth kosha. So look at the way it is brilliantly, defining. The fourth is Vijnana. This is the intellectual sheath. There is always a differentiation between the way we collect information and then we call it knowledge. We define certain things and add perspectives. And then there is a intelligence or wisdom. So this is the fourth sheath, the Vijnanamaya Kosha, intellectual sheath. And this is the one that sets the human beings apart from other animals, let's say. So we have a little more of the deeper connections to determine, with the help of our intellectual ability to determine right from wrong. It's not that the animals do not have this sheath. They are also intelligent, but then we also have additional functions that we know how to engage that even in a higher propensity. How do we use it is another story. We can always debate on that, but we do have this additional intellectual sheath. Our intellect, intuition, inner wisdom is all a part of this kosha, and it's also a factor for our spiritual growth and development. Spiritual not necessarily needs to be understood as following a particular religion. Spiritual awareness and development can also be defined as something that is your ability to be moral, yeah, be in the right, understanding what is defining morality, where, how and such. So that's the essence of unity within the universe. The fifth, there is also another sheath here in the body or outside the body, however you want to define it. Anandamaya Kosha. Ananda refers to happiness and Anandamayam is blissfulness, blissful sheath. This is the finest and thinnest way covering ourself, our Atma. And it's known of the level of the soul. That's our soul. Yeah. So this blissful sheath is what allows us to feel the joy, love and happiness at a higher realm beyond everything. Yeah, it is also responsible for our spiritual contentment and liberation. So it's not that kind of happiness that you have, okay, I was hungry and I had some food and I'm happy. That is handling my food sheet, isn't it? So this is a kind of happiness that is endless, eternal. So the spiritual contentment and liberation, and that's where we experience our interconnections with all the things, all material and immaterial, movable and immovable forms. So that's how our body is really formed. This is actually a very deep discussion that is packed into a 20-minute odd session. I am sure you have many questions and many thought processes around it. I'll not be surprised to have more questions. I would like to know what you think of it, so I can also learn more from your questions. And let's keep sharing, let's keep growing together through this system and understand more about ourselves. With that, I will leave you to get on. Until we meet in the next session, stay blessed, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay motivated. Thank you. Bye-bye.